Hello, today I'm looking at Cadence of Hyrule. It's a new game by Brace Yourself Games. They previously made Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is very similar to this game. This game is a rhythm roguelike. If you're not familiar with those terms, it means a couple of different things, actually. For one, a roguelike is a subgenre of RPGs. In a very basic way, are a giant dungeon crawl. One big difference from what you would call a normal RPG is that roguelike dungeons are procedurally generated. So every time you enter the dungeon, or the next floor of the dungeon, you're getting a completely different gameplay experience than what you were getting before, in terms of what's on that dungeon floor, what you're fighting, what it looks like in general. You may think of a game like Diablo when I say something like that, and a lot of people will call games like Diablo or Path of Exile roguelite games. Roguelike games are turn-based gameplay, tile-based graphics, and they usually have a permanent death of the player character, just like the game Rogue, which is where all of these like roguelike terms come from, the game Rogue. Now, adding rhythm to this, like for Cadence of Hyrule or Crypt of the Necrodancer, you make all of your attacks to the beat of the song playing, which adds a whole different element to the game. So with all of that being said, true diehard fans of roguelike games will talk about how this game, Cadence of Hyrule, is not really a true roguelike game. And they may be correct, but it is really close, and it's probably the closest genre of game. I would venture to say this is the kind of model I wish more roguelikes actually took. I enjoy this a lot more than I enjoy most other roguelikes. So let's talk about some gameplay. As you can see, gameplay here is turn-based, kind of. In most roguelike games, you find everything to be turn-based. But in Cadence, even in Crypt of the Necrodancer, you find everyone is moving to the beat of the song that's currently playing. So if you stand still, enemies will still continue to move in their patterns that they have, whether that's just moving in place or up or down, or even towards the player character. This is a little different from traditional roguelikes. Every monster in the game here has their own pattern, just kind of like other roguelikes, which does not take long to learn. That was probably the easiest part of this game, is learning the monsters' patterns. As you go through the game, you'll collect several different currencies. Some of them are lost when you die, like the rubies. Some of them stay with you through death, like the weapons, or special items that you get, like the hook shot or the boomerang, just like in regular Zelda games. In the story mode of the game here, you basically have several different areas that you can explore. You have an overworld map, and you can see here that the overworld map starts out with like just the one square that you have that you're familiar with. As you progress, the overworld map kind of also progresses. The colored tiles here are tiles that I have cleared before. The uncolored ones are the ones that I have been to but have not cleared. And you can see the ones that I haven't been to at all don't even show up. Another gameplay element that is a little different here is how they handle death. When you die, you're sent to the, quote, Great Beyond. When you die, though, you are sent to the Great Beyond, where you can spend your diamonds that you have collected while playing. Diamonds don't go away, so eventually you just have a large stack of diamonds. Unlike a Necrodancer, if you choose not to spend your diamonds when you die, you still get to keep them. Your rupees, however, are the currency in the game world, and they are gone the moment you do die. Although gaining new rupees is relatively easy once you know how to play the game. When you die, also, you get to choose where you want to spawn back in the overworld map. As long as you've unlocked that Sheikah Stone, you can travel there. You can eventually find an item in the game, too, that lets you travel to any other Sheikah Stone from where you're at as well. So what do I like about this game? Well, I like a lot about this game, actually. I think the biggest thing that I really like about this game is the music. It's just fantastic. Let you listen to some of it. Overall, I really do like the gameplay. I do feel like this game is probably a little too easy, and I think a lot of traditional roguelike people will feel that this game is very easy, which is unfortunate because I think this game has a lot of polish to it. Overall, I think it's worth your time and money. I think you'll have a lot of fun playing. I know I have had a lot of fun, so that's my recommendation. I think this is a game worth purchasing. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.